So, a while ago, Gwamgo released a response to the multiple leaked calls and the videos of these leaked calls circulating around the community, and this video is one of the worst videos I have ever seen. But before I begin, please remember to like and subscribe, and of course join the Discord, as it helps me out a ton and I appreciate it a lot. Also, it helps me know if you've got any questions or want to talk to my community. With that said, let's start debunking and explaining on Gwamgo's most recent response, which lasted almost 11 minutes. Now, firstly, he claims people are spreading allegations, as seen here.
I genuinely cannot believe I have to make a video like this, but a few days ago, a group of people began spreading some of the most extreme and disgusting I have ever seen, trying to portray me as a or some kind of a.
He says that people are calling him an alleged rapist or predator, which is actually sort of true. But he says this in a way that makes the allegations against him seem unjustified and fake, and he even uses the excuse that the person who leaked these claims is doing it for more attention, as they have talked about him in the past before, which isn't the reason at all. It's an excuse to cover up the fact that he is in the wrong, and he won't admit it. The calls were leaked by Gwamgo's old thumbnail editor, Delta, who, I want to make this very clear, I'm not defending Delta considering his past actions, as he has a past of joking about too. But I am glad for the fact that he released these videos of Gwamgo, Parlo, Forever, etc. Gwamgo attempted to steer the pressure onto Delta by accusing him of joking about and making fun of other people's experiences. But Gwamgo, if you really want to put the blame on someone else, then why don't we all just remember that you did the exact same thing in those calls. You can't push the attention onto someone else for something that you did as well. It's called blame shifting. Additionally, the term scapegoat can also apply, as it refers to a person who is being blamed for something that someone else has done. That is the exact definition of what Gwamgo is doing here. He got caught in a lie, got exposed for doing something bad, is blame shifting onto Delta, and he's using him as a scapegoat to avoid accountability here. That's just genuine hypocrisy, considering the content he does and the people he's exposed before. He acts like he is fully innocent, but in reality, behind the scenes, he isn't. He states that because Delta also made the same jokes, he shouldn't be believed when really Gwamgo just did the same thing, and he completely ignores the fact we're talking about this. Afterwards, he talks about how information gets spread to people and they use it against him. And he labels 3 people specifically as different bad actors, calling Soul Driven Love Roblox T. He calls Snunt Roblox 18. And that is considered actual defamation, as I talked about in my last video, that Snunt was actually proven to be in the right. Lastly, he calls another YouTuber, Nivolk, Roblox, which personally I'm not going to fully defend these people. This isn't me defending them, this is just me explaining what he had called them. Either way, using nicknames like these show how much Gwamgo thinks that this is a joke and how unserious he truly is. He states that these 3 people have been stripping the leak calls out of context, making him look bad, which I fully disagree with, considering the fact that you're admitting to saying these things in the later part of your video, meaning how out of context can Delta really be? Let's be honest here, if you're admitting that you said these things, they can't be out of context because you're literally admitting guilt here. And before you say, oh well, Delta did the same thing, that doesn't make him the same, if not worse, than Delta in a sense. He says that the clips being spread are bad faith manipulation, which by definition states that bad faith manipulation refers to a sustained form of deception where a person pretends to have one set of feelings while acting as if influenced by another. It's often associated with hypocrisy, breach of contract, and self-deprivation. This is not what YouTubers like Snunt, myself, and many others are doing here. We are spreading these videos about you because we want people to know the truth and the fact that it's you who shouldn't be trusted yourself, not like us who are just trying to, spread this information so the community actually knows what's going on. I do want to clarify that I do not fully support the actions committed by Delta. His actions are not welcomed by the community, and I believe the right that reporting his actions alongside evidence of third parties, and I believe that was like the right call. And I stand by Gwamgo on that part. On the first clip that Gwamgo talks about, being this one,
Jared includes me saying,
I'm getting by this.
it's removed from this.
he claims that he was talking about a monster in a game he was playing called Repo, which I do personally believe. But then he falsely claims and accuses that the YouTuber Snunt was lying about this and falsely accusing him of spreading misinformation by making it appear that he was talking about a monster. The issue is the fact that the call Gwamgo was on about in his video and the one that he said Snunt lied about were just completely different clips. Let's just have a look for yourself.
Jared includes me saying,
I'm getting by this.
it's removed from this.
Gwamgo is still friends with Parlo and has made alleged rape threats to minors.
Frev, if I find out you're cheating, I will set up a machine and you will be raped infinitely in this game.
Firstly, there matters a lack of context here. Not only is Gwamgo lying to his audience, he's also making let's just say a bad mark on his channel by saying this sort of stuff. Firstly, you talk about Delta apparently sending threats to a 13-year-old, and then you say that you wanted to seclude him because of his religion. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't have a direct attachment towards this religion, but this is racism no matter what. In the next leak clip, Gwamgo talks about,
I don't want to invite him because he wanted a 15-year-old. I didn't want to invite him because I thought he was going to steal like a Jew.
Here's the missing context. This was a joking, exaggerated remark made while trying to convince the group not to invite Delta into the game. Parlo did not want to kick him to avoid starting a conflict, so I brought up Delta repeatedly stealing in-game items in past sessions as a reason as to why he shouldn't join.
I'm gonna just say, right off the bat, this is just a bullshit excuse. You can't use the excuse that, oh, he keeps stealing items in the game, so I get to be racist and make fun of his religion, if he is Jewish, of course. Or just make fun of a religion, because he did say, like a Jew, meaning the religion in itself, not just Delta. Before I go on to why Gwamgo and Parlo were in a call playing games together, which, by the way, Gwamgo said that he completely cut ties with Parlo, basically lying to his audience again. I want to point out the fact that what Gwamgo does when confronting these clips is he uses point omission, combined with high-level language, knowing his audience are younger, less educated children/teens who may not know what he's saying and believe it out of confusion or disarray. If you don't know what point omission is, it's basically focusing on a specific point and using the high-level language, like saying just genuine, long, high-definition words, to convince the younger audience generation, the younger generation, to blindly follow whatever he says. Gwamgo in this video only talks about 4 clips, and as we could see in one of the screenshots he shows, there are upwards of 10 or more videos of Gwamgo saying stuff. And according to Snunt, there have been 9 times that Gwamgo talks about rape. And if people are going to use the excuse, it would have taken ages to debunk all the clips individually, when it's very clear that it hasn't been a problem in the past. It shows the blatant ignorance that Gwamgo has to this situation and everything else. Now, onto the Parlo and Gwamgo being friends again. Parlo has reached out to him in a response document he wanted to release. Gwamgo stole this document and leaked it openly, criticizing it, making Parlo seem a lot worse, when all Parlo was trying to do was explain his situation. Parlo later contacted him again on a 60-plus page script he had written for his 3-hour documentary video alongside some other YouTubers. He gives some criticism towards Paolo and hasn't really spoke to him since early January, he says. But he also says that other YouTubers are saying that him and Paolo are still friends, like Ouroboros, and that they are lying, and claims that Gwamgo and Paolo are just not friends. However, I completely disagree. If you guys are on speaking terms again after such a huge disagreement and falling out, and even playing games with each other again, then you're on the grounds of being friends. That is more of like an opinion-based statement. But if you are genuinely just having a fun time with each other, speaking to each other again, if you have a bond with each other, you're still considered friends. So, again, Gwamgo lied to avoid any more accusations, and also genuine hypocrisy of exposing Paolo and then befriending him again. And is also doing this in case Paolo were to be in drama again. Gwamgo claims that his threats of doxing someone for filing a report that, by the way, has to be processed by YouTube themselves before being active were just frustration and poorly worded anger. It's not a reason, it's an excuse. All Gwamgo is doing here is making up excuses. And there's nothing else to say, really. With all that said, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and please remember to like and subscribe to help support this video, and share it to whoever you want to. And don't forget to also join the Discord, and that allows you to talk to me and my community and ask me questions. I shall see you guys in the next video.